This is a Billygoat 18 horse. It's got the piranha blade, which means it has this second blade in here to help chop up rather than just this blade. But she spins. This is the choke right here. So you gotta start it, cold days, pull the choke out, start it. Key I think is in the black truck. So the key right here, start it. Once it kind of starts, shut the choke off a little bit, and then cut it all the way off after it warms up some. This, you can faintly hear a click. There's a sensor. That's where your hose goes. And when you put the hose on, you got to push this down and put the hose over top of that with the green part. It's a little safety sensor. If that's not clicked, you can hear it. If it's not engaged, it won't let it run. So when you put your hose on, make sure you put that on. Built this little addition to make it high enough so it cleared the truck better. So it's just some metal tubing that I had a guy weld these little plates on. So the Billygoat one is like $300. This was made for $70. There you go. A little cheap there. But we'll put the hose on and just see. Hopefully the battery's good. That's where you check your oil. Alright, so we're here at the shop, the storage unit. So we'll get this hose. This is another part we need. This helps hold the hose up so it's not dragging. We need another leaf rake. I forgot I broke that one at the end of the year. So I'll go in there. Hose and the bracket that holds the hose. This bracket here, these 2 points go in here and here. Just goes down through here. And it'll be an arm that helps hold the hose up. Little French bulldog's barking at me. I pulled the blower out just so it's easier to see everything. Now she got the other dog is barking. It's a hell of a lot easier with 2 hands. Now it's all the way down, seated. Run your hose through like so. Put duct tape on here just so I have a better seal. Put your hose over. You get it in, it'll look like that all the way around. It's down in farther on the bottom, but should be more than enough room. Backpack's gonna sit pretty darn close here, but should be good enough. We'll just build a box on the truck now. We gotta put the plow on that. I got a little revision I want to make. We got the hose on. I taped around it, the outside, just to make sure it was good and sealed. And then I put a strap on, connecting the outside parts so they don't scratch or tear up the hose. And we put the blower back on now. Make sure it fit. It's not touching nothing. This can still move up if need be while it's traveling. We'll throw this part over the blower here. I think that'd be too much hanging off the side. Drip it over and blow it like this instead. As you see, it doesn't stick out any farther than the trimmer. I have a couple bungee cords on it just to tie it up to help hold it so it don't really move too much. So we'll just hook that on our equipment defender rack. That'll hold that over. I'll move my cans over here just so it's out of the way. But that's how we'll have them draped up. It's easy. Just pop these out underneath and the arm will swing over and we can then use this. But when we're out doing cleanups, we put the locker here in this corner and this will be back farther. And you get the little leaf plow put on it. I bought some caster wheels I'm going to put on it because it seemed like it was digging into the ground. So we'll put the caster wheel or wheels on it to hold it at the correct level. So we got the tarps. We got a mesh tarp right here as well. It's the PVC. It's going to go around the truck. And then these are the sidewalls to build the height up. These two help attach the board that's on the tarp to hold it on the front. I didn't want to drill into my aluminum bed, so that's what we did. So we'll get all this stuff dragged out and start getting it put on the truck. I'm just gonna drive these screws in. Obviously put it in, it's going to be a lot quicker than creating it in the first place. Put this PVC here, will go inside this hole, and we'll arch it over, put it inside that hole, and do that to all 4 spots. I'm gonna screw in here just to hold this from popping out. Like I said, we'll build something to run in between these two to hold them from moving. This board on the hard tarp, this board up against here sits on that, and we screw it in with these 2 boards to hold it from, to hold the leaves from coming out to this front corner here. So that's how we secure the front. And then the back, from about here, halfway back, gets the mesh tarp. The mesh tarp here, the board on it, kind of drapes down and will hang, and it holds that kind of taut. Grab some screws, we'll get these in, get them little bits made up. Okay, so we're just going to take 2 of these, the T with the angle, we'll run it from here to here, and we'll put it in between each of these to keep them sturdy. And we put a zip tie, got them done already, put a zip tie just to help them so they don't move. But now instead of them pulling together, one big stable unit, we'll get the tarp on it. I got the tarp right here so I can reach on that board, run the board along this back wall. We'll pull the tarp over, and then we secure it with these 3 boards over here. Got the tarp on. For the most part, just the first portion of the tarp, we're gonna have to secure it still. Got these, put these boards on here, board, screw them in, and then I wrapped a 2x4 that was attached to the tarp, wrapped it 3 or 4 times, and I screwed it in right here. So there's the board, and I run this one on top and screw it in at the ends to help hold so that can't come off. So we gotta get the mesh tarp on here. That's basically done in here now. Here's our mesh tarp. We'll get this put on, get the rest of the zip ties run we need to run, and then we'll start tying down the sides with bungees. I'm basically just zip tying this so everything is tight on here. Tarp will cover up to about here, but just getting it to the pool so it's nice and tight. Yeah, she's all done. We'll run some zip ties inside just to clean up the mesh hanging down and whatnot, but all the straps are on. Everything's looking good. This side will contain the leaves. And this is just a tire. I cut a tire in half and bolted it through so the hoods can go through, but I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit so it's not hanging down. That's gonna do it for this one. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope y'all make some good money this leaf season. Hope you're ready for it. This is coming either way. Alright, getting the trailer hooked up. This is strapped, everything's good. That's all hooked up. You always gotta do your little double checks. All our lights work. There we go, ready for leaves.